Hey everyone, today's lesson is a continuation of our equations, things that we've learned during this unit. For portions, remember we will cross multiply. So you cross multiply and then divide. So when I cross multiply, I always start from lower left to upper right. So I have a 7. I have two things, so both of those things need to go in parentheses. And then I go from top left to bottom right. I have a 5. Two things, they need to go in parentheses. From here, we're going to distribute. Distribute again. Get rid of your smallest x. Then add 21. Finish my work over here. Negative 45 plus 21 gives me negative 24. And then divide by 2. So I get x equals negative 12. Next proportion, start from bottom left, go to top right. So I have the 6. I have two things inside two things on the top, so they both go in parentheses. Then top left to bottom right. You have your 5, two things inside that need to go inside parentheses. So distribute, I get a 6x minus 60, and then distribute again. Get rid of your smallest x. I'm going to subtract my 6. Then I'm going to subtract this 30. Negative 60 minus 30 gives me negative 90. And then you need to divide. So x equals negative 10. All right, absolute value equations. First thing we want to do is we want to make sure absolute value is isolated. Meaning there's nothing on the outside of the absolute value. And then we're going to put the right side of the equal sign. We're going to make one a positive, one a negative. So for this one, absolute value is isolated. There's nothing on the outside, so I'm going to pull out what's on the inside of the absolute value, make it a positive, pull out what's on the inside, put it equal to a negative. Nothing on the outside of this absolute value, so it's already isolated. So pull out what's on the inside of the absolute value, put it equal to the positive 21. Pull what's on the inside of the absolute value, put it to a negative 21. Add our 3's. 21 plus 3 gives me 24. Then divide by 6. If you can remember, I said when we did these notes that you are doing the exact same steps for one equation as you do for the other equation. So first step I did was I added the 3. I'm going to add the 3 on this equation. Negative 21 plus 3 gives me negative 18. Second and last step I did on this equation is I divided by 6. So I'm dividing by 6 on this equation. Negative 18 divided by 6 gives me negative 3. For number 11, absolute value is not isolated. I have this plus 4 hanging out, so I need to get rid of it first. I'm left with absolute value 7m equals 21. From here, now absolute value is isolated, nothing's on the outside, so I can take what's on the inside, put it equal to 21, take what's on the inside, put it equal to negative 21. This is a one step, I just need to get rid of the 7 by dividing. I divided here, I need to divide here. All right, for number 12, the absolute value is not isolated. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract this 3. So I'm left with 5 absolute value 2n plus 8 equals 30. Absolute value is still not isolated. I need to get rid of this 5 by dividing. From here, I'm going to have absolute value 2n plus 8 equals 6. Now the absolute value is isolated, so I can take what's on the inside, put it equal to the positive 6, take absolute value, put it equal to the negative 6. So from here, I am going to do the exact same steps. I'm going to subtract 8, bring down my 2n. 6 minus 8 is negative 2. Then divide by 2. So n equals negative 1. Second equation, first step I did was I subtracted the 8, so I'm going to subtract 8 here. Negative 6 minus 8 gives me negative 14. Last step I did was I divided. So negative 14 divided by 2 gives me negative 7. And we're crossing out 13 and 14. So that is it for today. If you have questions, let me know.